you had a bit of a debate you were telling me about before we started between two very different managers and style of plays, and who you think is the greatest.
Oh, yeah, well, do you know, it's not a popular discussion, this. I've had this discussion with many people. But the great Neil Warnock has hung up his managerial boots after I don't know how many years, but the man's a freaking legend, as Ben Foster would say, a freaking legend, man. And yeah, he's just love him to bits. Eight promotions, a record 8 promotions, including getting my beloved Cardiff up somehow when he took over with us in the relegation zone. I've had this argument, and I know there's been comparisons on Twitter and online about him and Guardiola, the way they speak in the changing room and the way they come across. I've got to be careful how I phrase this. But for me, Pep Guardiola could not do what Neil Warnock's done and take a team of dibbies and get them up. For me, he's a proper manager. He doesn't need the money. Actually, Neil Warnock has shown throughout his career he's much worse when he's got money to spend. He does not know how to buy players. He wastes so much money. But the fact that he can actually build a team, build a culture, an old-fashioned manager, and get these promotions, he's a proper manager. Guardiola is just like is great when he's got all the tools, but he needs the tools. For me, Neil Warnock over Guardiola all day long.
It's actually a good discussion, because when me, George, and Luke did the Premier League Excel podcast, we kind of agreed that between Klopp and Guardiola, that Klopp's the better manager and sort of manager in training, whereas we picked Guardiola to manage our team because the team was already created in terms of top quality players, and there's not much off the pitch that would need to be done. So I think that's a fair argument that Warnock probably puts more into managing these players. I mean, you see all the things on Twitter and TikToks now of old school Warnock in the changing rooms. Do you think that's probably now the end of that style of manager? Do you think it's now changing? Is there any other managers you think are close to the Warnock style?
Nah, no one's like Neil Warnock. The man's a legend. The thing is, he wasn't all just like shouting and screaming and all that. He was just, he just managed to get every ounce out of those players. And what I really love about Neil Warnock is like he still goes to reunions with some of his teams, like his team in Scarborough. He still goes to, like, he was in a reunion a couple of weeks ago with them and all the players, and he builds dressing room and he builds teams and he builds characters. I think like for me, it's a cynic in me when it comes to Guardiola. Yeah, phenomenal manager, great way of playing, great philosophy and all that rubbish. But it's all about him needing money. When he came in, he needed his fullbacks were not doing the job for him. Gail Clichy, Zabaleta, and Sandia. So what does he do? He brings in four fullbacks.
Joe Hart's another great example.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's fine when you're at that level to spend that money, but he couldn't go into a team like Cardiff in 23rd in the Championship, and there's two strikers of Ricky Lambert and Marouane Chamakh, and they'd be like, right, how do I go about it? And then, Neil Warnock comes in, just gets the fans on side. It's just brilliant. Of course, a lot of it, Jack, comes down to style of football, which is frustrating because there's periods in Neil Warnock's teams, not just Cardiff, where they actually play good football. Now, for me, good football is direct, in your face, pressing, but not like, not a lot of skill to it. It's just a lot of getting the ball wide, crosses in. But it's proper, like, where your heart is seeking 110%, outrun the opposition. For me, there's like an arrogance around Guardiola, and you see his tactics board, he's doing all this. I just think keep it simple, and for me, like, you want it any day. But I probably don't have a leg to stand on, but I'll definitely get this out on Twitter.
Again, that'll be another great poll.